Hello everyone, my name is Chris and this is my channel, The Apprentice Builder Chris. I'm trying to figure out how to make perfect models. Just follow along with my adventures. Hello everyone, in this video a new Tamiya classic, the Martini Porsche 936 1978 Turbo. It's a used kit that I bought online. And this is the unboxing. As you can see, there's a plastic pocket with technical stuff and tires. A white sprue with the driver and some parts. Not very detailed. The beginning of Tamiya kits. And there was always a driver delivered with the kit. Then a black sprue with the rims, the seat, the suspension components, and some details. Then a little electric engine, because this is a slot car and you could run them on the electric engine with the battery power. This is the undercarriage and the body of the car, very simple as you can see. And this is a little booklet with a translation in French. Very useful. And then the decals, they look good, but they are actually, later in the video you will see they are bad, and I had to change decals with new ones. And this is the building sheet. There are two versions, the number 5 and the number 6. The number 5 is with red accents and the number 6 is with blue accents. I went for the number 5 because there was a Belgian driver, Zaki X, who drove that car, and myself being from Belgium. And when I was young I watched him win several times. And this is the decal sheet with some explanations. Let's get started, I would say. I start off with showing my sorting system, but I will give you details later. I always start with clipping everything loose from the sprues and putting everything in my sorting system. Always do a good checkup of the sprue, so you must be certain it's all empty. And this is something every builder has in his building career. A part who gets away from you, you have to search for it. Everything is clipped off, so now the cleaning process starts. Removing the attachments from the sprues. Some parts you can already assemble, so I do so. I use Tamiya's very fine extra cement. So this is the sorting box I was talking earlier. So now you can see everything is cut loose and organized. And then it's easy for me to find everything. And so when everything has been base coated, I put them back, and then I know that which piece has to be in a certain color. Because I used to work with the building sheet, and sometimes it happened that I forgot to paint a certain part in a certain color, and it's very frustrated. And now when using this system, I don't forget. So I also mark my sorting box with the project that I'm working on, because I work on several projects at the same time, so it's easy for me to find the right sorting box. The next step is cleaning the parts. I use an ultrasonic cleaner that I fill with demineralized water and some dishwashing soap. I do this because the grease of your fingers is stuck on the parts, and there's a possibility that the paint won't stick. So I use this process, but you can also use a brush and some soapy water. Next step is very important, so protect yourself, people, because we are going to paint. Before we start painting, I use my airbrush for a drying process, and because I have to use some demineralized water and a sanding paper from 600 grit to sand the body down, so the base coat has more grip, and that's why I'm using here my air gun to dry out the seams, because water tends to creep in. So now we are ready for the first base layer. I first spray out a little bit of paint, and then I start at the bottom, covering everything with a light layer of base coat. In this case it's white base coat from Tamiya I'm using. Let the paint flash off for 5 minutes and then start the second layer. Same principle as the first layer, just start at the bottom and build up. And you go somewhat heavier with the paint this time. Same all over again. Let the paint flash off for another 5 minutes. And then start the final layer of base coat. What I forgot to mention is that, as you have seen, there were some black lines on the panel lines. That's while I was preparing the body, I scribed out the panel lines and I used some black fine marker to accentuate the panel lines. If you don't do that, the panel lines tend to fade away when you do base coat. That is why that you can still see the panel lines now. Sorry, I forgot to mention. When I have done with the base coat, I place the body in a plastic container with a lid, so it is protected from dust. And then I let it dry for a couple of days, but you can dry it for 15 minutes and then apply the final layer paint. And while you are waiting, you can prepare the other parts for the base coat, and I did so, as you can see, and now they are also ready for their first layer of base coat. Same principle, Tamiya primer, one part of lacquer thinner, one part of Tamiya paint. You can also use a rattle can. So this is the end result. You see, everything has been painted. And then when everything is dry, everything goes back in the organizer. I forgot to film the final painting process, but it's the same as the base coat system. I used white martini from Firescale to get the white color. So now we start with the final process. First, the decals. I tried with the original decals, but they didn't work out. It was really not good. So I ordered new ones online from Shunko, and I placed the order at spotmodel.com. They're from Spain. So here you can see I was starting with detailing the car, the indicators and the gas caps and the buckets for the lights. I'm using a very fine brush that's actually an eyeliner brush. They have a very fine tip, so they are very easy to use and very precise. I have bought them on Amazon, and they come in packages of 50 eyeliner brush. Check them out. For some details, I used a toothpick to do the sides of the details, and then I used some panel liner black to give them a little bit more depth, because there's a kind of grill there, and with the panel liner I could give it an extra accent, and then I removed the too much of panel liner with a cotton swab, so you could see more of the grill. Then I used some clear contact glue on the lenses, because the chrome was too pronounced, and so this way it was not so shiny anymore, and it was less toy-like. Then here I also do the red accent for the Jackie X car, and the number 6 has here the blue accent. At the same for the side panels. Here's the red accent, and the number 6 has a blue accent. The wing also. The number 5 has a red wing, and the number 6 has a blue wing. Now I'm taping off the side panel for the red accent. I love working with a brush instead of taping everything off and spray gunning it. I know with the spray gun it's more realistic, but this I found more craftful when you can do this with the brush. Here I'm putting on the red wing. And as you can see, there are decals on it, and that's from the old decal sheet. Some of them were good, but the racing lines, they were very bad. Here I'm taping off the air vents because the body has to be clear coated and this has to be matte color. So I'm protecting the paint by masking it off. I glued in the lenses and now I'm doing the edges of the lenses with my permanent marker. Then I put some glue, some clear glue on my workbench, and with the skewer I do the edges and then I put in the lens using a skewer with some sticky tape on it. That is from the old decal sheet. They were good, those decals. So I put them on. But you can see, when you see the decal of Martini, they are very yellow. They're not translucent anymore. So here I removed the masking tape to put on some decals and then retouching with my very fine brush. And here you can see the result of the bad decals. So I went ahead and ordered new ones from Shunko. So that is why the video is so late, because I had to wait for the delivery. But these are from a very good quality, somewhat thick, but good quality. As you can see, they apply very easy. I left some of the old decals from the old decal sheet. The numbering and the badges from Martini, because they were good. And here you can see me using some decal solution to soften up the decals. What was also delivered with the decal sheet were tire decals. That's also a nice addition. Here I went wrong. It was the opposite side. Still don't know, because the building, the decal sheet said that it was the left side, but obviously it's the right side. Had to make some paint corrections afterwards, and some adjusting and cutting, but overall it went on very, very smoothly. They don't tear up very easily. What was also a nice bonus with the new decals is there were decals for the instruments. That was not the case for the original decals. So yes, I found that very pleasing. And here you can see the detailing. I use double-sided tape that I peel off, and then I can stick the control panel, the dashboard, and here you can see me opening the different colors that I gonna use for the instrument lights. They're very, very badly noticeable, but yeah. And this is the decals I was talking about. I found this a very good addition. Instead of having to paint the little dials, then I highlighted the surroundings of the dials with the chrome marker, and some detailing of the steering wheel, and then I corrected some paint errors with my black marker. Then next up, the detailing of the driver, the seat belts, and the overalls are in the same paint of the car, so Martini white. And then you will see later I added the Martini red and blue stripes to give it a somewhat more realistic look. So the driver is still in pieces, so let's go and change that. Next up is the final assemblage of the driver. Test fitting several times, didn't put on the arms yet, didn't put on the steering wheel yet. First test fitting. Oh, the head come off. I think that is something that happens to everyone who is trying to build model cars. I must say that the placement of the driver is not optimal to the driving position. So I had really great difficulty to place his hands on the steering wheel because there was something blocking his feet. So here he looks complete, but you will see later in the video I had to remove his arms and head several times. Cutting out the decals to reveal the details. You must wait until they are very dry, good and dry. And you can then cutting up the seams, touching up the indicators. I used clear, but the result was not good, so I used a little bit of orange and red. And over the red I used some clear. Final detailing. And the body is almost ready to receive his 2K clear coat. I must warn, when you use 2K clear coat, that's dangerous stuff, so you must protect yourself at all times. Wear protective clothing, a mask to protect the lungs, glasses, even something on your head. So now we start with the first layer, a very light layer of 2K clear lacquer. I always spray my 2K clear coat over the decals because they are protected then against time and elements. As you can see, the air filters on the back of the car are masked off because they have to stay matte. So the rest, light dusting, then let it flash off for 5 minutes. Then the second coat, somewhat thicker, somewhat closer with the spray gun. I have speeded up the process a little bit. It's beginning to shine. Same procedure. Let it flash off for 5 minutes. Then a final layer, a thick layer. That's called a wet coat. But be careful not to stay on one place too long, because otherwise you get running spots. So be aware. You can apply a rather thick layer. Then I place the model in my plastic box with a lid, and there it lives for 3 to 5 days. Do not touch it, people, until the 2K has hardened. So the clear coat is hard enough, and I polished it, and forgot to film the process, but I will show you in the next video. And now it comes to the final detailing, painting the mirrors and gluing the last parts that didn't require the clear coat. This was thankfully the last time I glued his head on. So now the car is almost finished. The last pieces are going on. And the Porsche 936 from 1978 is ready to go into the collection. The box is empty. I can remove the sticker and use the organizer for a new project. So this is my end result of the Porsche 936 1978 with the driver Jackie X. And this is the car going into the collection. So if you liked the video, please subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell so you will be notified for my next endeavor. So when you enjoyed it, thank you for watching, and I bid you a good day and see you. Goodbye.
Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the bell.